So, you know, he was dumber than dumb.
Was he on drugs? Or is that- didn't do
I
anything?
don't know, I don't know.
Okay.
But I do know he was a horrible looking guy, because about 6 months before, he was in that high-speed chase. And I'll never forget this officer. Well, anyhow, we went down to the, okay, how it was, they caught him, and they wanted, it was on television that night, or that afternoon, evening, whenever, and they wanted Dale to come down to a lineup. And when we got down there, he had said, the police said, has anybody seen the man on television? And I said, yes, I did, so they wouldn't let me go in. But Dale hadn't seen it, so he went in, and I'm not sure, Eddie, Glenn, 2, 3 of them went in there to see if they could identify him. And I don't know.
Might they have? I mean, is it someone they'd seen before, or?
That's what they
They
wanted
just
to
wanted-
know.
Okay.
And I don't know, I can't remember that. I don't think so. I don't think so. He hadn't lived here very long. He was living in California. He was on parole out there. They let him come back to Kansas because his father was a minister. And what better father could you have than a minister?
Well, that's debatable.
And
but-
then about 6 weeks before he killed John Massoud, he was in a high-speed chase, and I don't know what he did, but he was going good, 100 miles an hour? It's in the paper there. And he crashed his car, and he wound up in a ditch that's about, I don't know, 3 or 4 inches of water, face down.
All from California for.
I don't remember. I don't think I even knew, Daryl. But he was on parole. They let him come here. Well, then he was on parole when he killed from the high-speed chase. He killed John Massoud.
Wasn't there another time he was on parole, or just later, that he was on parole and did something?
Oh, well, he was on parole twice
At this
in
time?
the 90s when they let him out.
Another time, this would be another
Yes,
parole. So
he'd been
how-
in prison, what, Robbie, 25 years?
Something like that, yeah.
And the church people went together,
Mhm.
wanted him out. They thought he'd been in prison long enough, 25 years is a long time. But he was given 2 life sentences without the possibility of parole. I'll never forget it. That's what he was given, because we
I
didn't
guess
have
what
the
needs
death
to be
penalty.
underlined.
And
that-
guess what? 15 years later, he's up for parole. Well, we fought it tooth and nail. Then something happened in Topeka in the parole board, and they lost records. They moved him around. They didn't know who, they let him out. So, and getting back to the congregation, they got together. I don't know how many of them went down there in behalf of his father. They got him out. He was out 8 months, I think, approximately 8 months. He was sent back to prison. I'm not sure what he did. I heard it was burglary, but I don't take that. They let him out again, I think it was 95. He was out 5 weeks. They put him up. Then I was notified in 99 that he was up for parole, and if he got out on parole for killing John and Sue, he would still have to serve time for breaking his parole in 95. I didn't know what they were talking about, because I didn't know he was out. I know in the 90s, starting in around 91, because it was 87 the last time we went down there, I started calling down at the DA's office to see what the status was. And each time they said, oh yeah, he's still here, he's in prison, no problem. I said, well, do you know what's happened? And I distinctly remember asking, have they changed the laws that I don't know about, that they're keeping him in, past the 3 years?